Listen to the whispering wind of the island. Come and hear the voices of a pristine sea. Oh, Hawai'i. Oh, Hawai'i. Oh, Hawai'i.
Just let us know where we've gone wrong. Does anybody know? Many people say, where's Hawai'i? The nene goose are endangered species today. Where have the Honu all gone? Well, I don't know. They've graced our oceans for so long. Aole Maupopo, just let us know where we've gone wrong. Does anybody know? Many people say, where's Hawai'i? The Honu are endangered species today.
E nā Hawai'i, e aloha ke akua, e mālama I kou ohana, e mahalo ke kahi, e hoi hoi ka aina, oia ka Hawai'i.
Nature shows that we abuse our land. The future of Hawai'i in our hands. Where have Hawaiians all gone? Well, I don't know. Malama aina for so long. Ole Maupopo, just let us know where we've gone wrong. Does anybody know? Many people say, where's Hawai'i? Hawaiians are endangered species today. People say, where's Hawai'i? Hawaiians are endangered species today. Away.
Bashful eye,
what secrets are you hiding in such a sweetest
Makahila, smile for me with a smile that never was on land or sea.
crystal tears like rain on a tea leaf in the sun? Sparkle when you laugh,
And they tell me I'm the one.
you will give your heart to. Makahila hilo.
I'm the one for whom you will. Ginger blossoms in your hair. How I love you.
Makahila hilo.
Crystal tears like rain on a tea leaf in the sun.
Sparkle when you laugh,
And they tell me I'm the one.
you will give your heart to. Makahila hilo.
I'm the one for whom she will. Ginger blossoms in her hair. How I love you.
Makahila hilo.
How I love you.
Oh, I love you.
Makahila hila.
Bashful.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
rushing stream. How many songs can you sing? I can sing you songs about the rain and waterfalls, silent pools, lauhala trees, bamboo standing tall. And if you listen carefully, I'll fill your minds until they overflow, till they overflow. Mountains rising over me. How many stories can you tell? I can tell you stories about the people of this land. They tilled the earth, they fished the seas, they played along the sand. And if you listen carefully, I'll fill your ears until they overflow, till they overflow. White birds flying high and free, tell me what can you see? I can see the winds blowing out across the waves, misty clouds, lehua blossoms, ancient hidden caves. And if you watch very carefully, I'll fill your eyes until they overflow, till they overflow.
Nale Hawaiian Issues is Naukana. Hello, Kakayaka. Recently, the focus has been on Wainiha, and we played the excerpt from the court. They won that battle. They have to come back into court later on, and we'll see what happens there. And then, as the brother corrected me last week, instead of saying Cocoa Palms, the area, he says, known as Wailua Nui, Ahuanu. And so I want to play this thing. It was about published a couple days ago, and it was done by Felicia Cowden, who is at KKCR also. And it features, it was published on May 19th, a couple days ago, 2017. Felicia's conversation walk with Kimberly Souza on 5/12/17 as the police eviction was expected on the Kanaka camp at Wailua Nui, Ahuanu, in protection of the land from a fresh hotel development of cocoa palms by the Hyatt. The discussion gives some insights and views of the area in question. The state of Hawaii holds title of the lands that have royal patent claims by heirs of King Kamuli and Chiefess Deborah Kapule. I'd like to see the title history of that property. Again, or at least what I understand, is the state of Hawaii holds title, they're leasing it. If that's true, then obviously those lands came from the Hawaiian kingdom, they're Hawaiian lands. And I support these efforts, and the boys know. We all know already. They've been arrested. They've been put in court, and that's what's going to happen. Because this system does not want the Hawaiians to resurrect themselves. The system, well, they are happy because it's been done in Moloa'a, just wipe out everybody else, except for Uncle Charlie. So as I mentioned before, the system doesn't care if the Hawaiians are wiped out. Land holdings. Go down Moloa'a, there's I think only one Hawaiian family left. That's Uncle Charlie. Ohana. Waipake, wiped out. Pila'a, in the process of getting wiped out. And Hawaiians, we're still going to fight, but we're fighting in a system which doesn't care for us. I can't imagine our Queen Liliuokalani would kick those Hawaiians out because we want to build a development for these people who are from the mainland. I just couldn't see that happening. I mean, I mentioned this before, she shut down Honolulu Harbor because of a possible outbreak, and all the foreigners were all, we're losing money. Well, losing money is not my priority, the Queen told them. The priority is saving my people who have been diminished from all the diseases that are coming from the outside. So like cocoa palms and Wainiha just brings it to the forefront that this society, this system that we have in place that has been actually put in place here, occupies this place over the objections of the Hawaiian people by way of the Kauai petition. If you guys don't know your history, then you figure it out, especially for the tourists, if you're listening. That's why you see Hawaiian flags around. And it really, when I see the American flag, I really get insulted. I mean, that's just like, go buy land if you can in Japan or China and go plant your American flag. That's not America. Okay? So as we celebrate, and this Memorial Day for me is for the warriors, the ikaikas of the Hawaiian people. I use it in that sense. I also respect the warriors and soldiers of the United States. My dad was in the Army. We went to the PX. We went to the commissary in Makalapa. Used to call the Navy one down by Pearl Harbor. And as Hawaiian and as agents knew, you have to have a strong defense. Because there's always going to be a fool out there who wants to take what you have. Just look at history, okay? Look at what the United States did to Hawaii, okay? So even the ancients knew, and you can see in the early struggles of the kingdom when they knew that these superpowers were coming over here and they couldn't match them toe-to-toe, how they were struggling to survive, to protect their lands. Hawaiians, protect their kingdom, protect their people. That's what we don't have. That's why the boys in Wainiha, that's why the boys down Wailua Nui, Ahuanu, which everyone else knows as Cocoa Palms, are getting arrested. Because we don't have our government that protects our people like the Queen did in 1890. She didn't care about the business or the money of the foreigner. She cared about her Hawaiian people. So she could shut down Honolulu Harbor, possible outbreak. I forget what it was, another measles one or something, but she shut it down. Oh, everybody, the foreigners raised hell against the Queen. But Hawaiian people are going, thank you, Queen. Thank you for watching out for us. Thank you for taking care of us. They always want to say they overthrew the monarchy, right? Because it gives that tone that, there was kings here and they were absolute power, blah, blah, blah. It was the foreigners who had the problem with Queen Liliuokalani. The Hawaiian people had no problem. The nationals, those who were not Hawaiian but who pledged allegiance to the nation of Hawaii, they didn't have a problem. How do we know this? From the Blount Report. It was just a small group of foreigners, and why? Money. It's always money in the Western terms. It's always money. And that's why sometimes Hawaiians don't match in this Western, because I was just thinking like my wife. She just gives, not for money, just to give. And you just see these people's faces when they just have, just like a simple fan, simple flower. Oh, for me, yeah. Just a gift. How many people you don't know come up to you? Hey, here's a flower. Here's a fan if you're hot. That's what my wife does. That is aloha. Never mind the money that she buy the flower and give away. But that's not the Hawaiian thought. The Hawaiian thought is just to bring joy, to bring, if you give you food, I know I'm going to get food somewhere else. No worry about me. And my dad had that. He was Portuguese, pure and pure, Rego, but he lived Hawaiian style. He would give you his shirt off his back. His last shirt. Just to give, don't worry, bro, I can get a shirt later on. Just to help, right? Kokua. That's the Hawaiian style. No expect anything in return. You're not giving because you want something in return. You're giving just to give. And giving doesn't cost you anything. So that's why Hawaiians that I've grown up, just simple things in life are fine. Yeah, we love that super duper Cadillacs and all that. And Lexus. Well, I want one. Do I need it? No. Can I live without it? Yeah. But just having a roof over our head, food to feed our families, and the sun shining us on our beautiful land. Simple. I've seen people who have a lot that sometimes, you see the stories. They're so concerned about keeping what they got. They forget about the people around them. So in that sense of protecting the Hawaiian people, of aloha, the Hawaiian people, what we get these days, you get arrested for malam on the land. You get arrested even when you own the land and you were trying to protect the loi, where the ownership is not in question, like in my case, Waipake. Even then, they still don't come and help us. But we're still going to pursue justice. So, unlike the people who just want violence by blowing up people, going to a concert, you just crazy. Hawaiians are fighting with mana'o. So I'm going to play this one. There's another excerpt where the boys on there go into a little more detail. And this was what was in the paper a day ago. Cocoa palms take spotlight at LBA meeting. Man tells legislatures they have no authority over property. When Kamuela Kapulio Kamehameha approached Kauai's legislatures Thursday during the Lihue Business Association meeting, he wanted to make one thing clear. In his view, they didn't have any authority over Cocoa Palms' property, Wailua. I have the royal patent for land titles to Cocoa Palms, he said. How is it capable you guys are making decisions on land you don't own? He said he would hold them legally accountable for their actions. I sit on the Royal Council. I'm a direct heir to the throne and a direct descendant of King Kamuali'i, His Majesty, and Her Majesty Deborah Kapuli, he said. The land titles are held in my hands, Kapulio Kamehameha said. Assured by legislatures, they were discussing improvements to Kohio Highway fronting Cocoa Palms, not disputing the ownership of the hotel property. Kapulio Kamehameha said, everything I've heard so far is about money, 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 and more money. He said affordable homes were mentioned in the 500,000 range. Are you guys really serious? He said. And really, he's just echoing what all local people know. Really, 500,000, that's affordable. We all laugh when we see that on the news. Affordable for who? Not for local people. Quote, I want to know how is this still happening on our homeland, Kapulio Kamehameha said. Senate President Ron Kochi said nobody's talking about building activity on Cocoa Palms. He noted there were several people recording the meeting and said it's clear we're not talking about Cocoa Palms hotel site. Regarding Kohio Highway improvements fronting Cocoa Palms, Representative Nadine Nakamura said work could begin next year. Designs for improving the stretch from Kapa'a Bypass Road to the Wailua Bridge were finalized. It's been years for the Kapa'a thing. It's just, just like they have in fronting Waipoli. You improve one section, but then you have it bottled up again in this case, going to be bottled up again in Wailua by the bridge. Just like Waipoli gets bottled up before the resort right there. You have it expanded to 4 lanes and it comes back into 2 lanes. It's just crazy, which means what? They're building faster than the infrastructure can do it. And then what does that mean? The more we build, the more infrastructure, which what that means. We're going to look like Maui and Oahu eventually, and people are going to get money, and they don't care that we're going to look like Oahu and Maui. Have any of you guys gone to see Oahu lately? Most of the people we talk to, especially Hawaiians, that rail system, it looks like a long Godzilla. It looks like this big, just huge. It looks terrible. That's not Hawaii, you guys. It's not. If that's kind of rail system you want up in the sky above the palm trees, move somewhere else. That's not Hawaii. It looks like crap. It really does. It looks like a big pieces of concrete in the sky. That's what it does. You look up and all you see is pillars and this big. That's not Hawaii. That is not Hawaii. You're ruining it. Okay, back to cocoa palms, or Wailua Nui Ahuanu. The project is in the works. They had issues going above or below ground utilities, Nakamura said. It's going to be above ground utilities. Kapulio Kamehameha and Noah Mau Espirito say they took up residence at Cocoa Palms over a year ago. The men have been joined by about 25 family members living off the land. The men say they have a royal patent called Palapala Sila Nui, which they say gives their family the rights to the land in perpetuity. They are claiming ownership of the historical site targeted for 175 million restoration. It has sat shuttered after being damaged by Hurricane Iniki in 92. Cocoa Palms Hui is a process of developing a 350-room hotel with restaurants on the site. Recently, a motion that would have ordered the two men to stay away from the property was denied by Judge Michael Soon. So that's going to continue. I honor these boys because they are going against the system. And they probably realized that, well, obviously, they've been arrested already. They had to go to court, and it's probably not going to stop. So I honor them for taking, at least standing up. And they're probably full aware that the system will come after them. They already have. And it's going to continue. So we'll see how it plays out. And from my understanding, I just want to make this clear that when we talked to Jesse from Wainiha, what Jesse was saying, and he was on last week, and this is my understanding, Jesse and the boys down Wainiha, which is a little bit different than Wailua Nui Ahuanu, is like Jesse said, he's not claiming the land as ownership. He's claiming the land to use and not to have it bulldozed. Like he said, they were coming to bulldoze it, and he was stopping that. I support those efforts too. I support any effort of any Hawaiian trying to protect their land. This is why this is our land. You know, like many times I reflected on Waipake, what I'm going to do drove me almost over the edge. I think partly it's because, especially when I had all the documentation, everything was done, had the pursued it for many years, in front of the council, in front of the planning. And all those years, the only thing I really won was like the access down. I had to fight for that. But everything else, protecting the lo'i on my land, all that, like I mentioned many times before, because I have to live with it every single day, has all been damaged, and not a damn thing from the county, the state, or the feds. And as I mentioned long before, that's why I have no faith in this system. None at all. Absolutely none. That's why I'm a firm believer that Hawaiians have got to have sovereignty. That's the only way we're going to be able to protect ourselves. The system doesn't give a rat's butt about us. Our land, our holdings, our people, nothing. They don't care about us. We're just a pain in their side. So it is we, the brothers in Wainiha, brothers in Wailu Anui Anu, the brothers in Kalihi, Anahola, the brother, I'm the only one left in Waipake, Kikaha, Big Island, Oahu. We're not sitting down. We're going to be in your face, but with aloha and mana'o. We're not carrying knives. We're not carrying guns. We're going to fight with mana'o, knowledge. So I'm going to begin this thing, and then we'll take a break at the top of the hour. Again, this is the Wailu Anui Ahu'anu walk with Kim Souza about reclaiming royal patent lands from Coco Palms Hyatt. And this was done by Felicia Cowden, who's also a member of KKCR. So mahalo.
This is royal patent Kapule land. This is the people that is occupying Kapule right here. 1, 2, 3. And as we proceed down forward, we're going to enter into Kamuali'i royal patent. The police is about ready to come inside here and eradicate all of us from here for trespassing.
So what is a royal patent?
A royal patent is a title to land that was given out in the Great Mahele. Way before anybody in office, way before anybody could take control over the land, the Hawaiians gave them away already, our kings and queens. We royal heirs to this. We're not squatters. We're not illegal. We heirs.
Hawaiian heirs.
Hawaiian heirs. Coco, they got 100 years with this hotel. Stop digging up the bones. They're digging up the bones. Stop. They got 100 years with this hotel. Enough. We don't do nothing here. We farm. We love. We help each other. We don't sell drugs over here. We don't do illegal stuff. We live. And then they're grumbling about the homeless population. But this is what they're doing. We clean all this river. This thing was up to here with debris. Uncle Roy, Auntie Jess, myself. Hours of labor by hand. We don't bring machines in here. Because it's sacred place. Anything you dig, you're going to find one bone. Everything by hand.
And these...
We no more water back here. We living without water. Everybody think that it's easy. This is not easy. There's nothing easy about this. Nothing.
And you're a mother, yeah?
I'm 46 years old. I'm a mother of 4 daughters. These boys that doing this is like my sons. Amazing information they get. Somebody gotta start listening. This is not one lie anymore. The Hawaiian people have rights that is being violated and taken away on a daily basis. Why? Why? I don't know. Hopefully one day somebody can answer these questions. Now they're gonna come in here today with their big bully self and they're gonna take our dogs, our life, and just pretend like nothing had happened. I told them behind these gates, get one life over here. We farming. We living.
And this is ancestral land for you.
This is on sacred burial ground, ma'am. There is kupuna, royalty in this ground. The kids, they're digging up bones of babies in here. If we go to his burial site and dig up somebody, what do you think gonna happen to the Hawaiian people? You go to jail. But they can come here and dig up our people every day. Every day. Every day. No. No more. We Hawaiian, we get right to this land. What we doing wrong? We cleaning them. Look, this thing been here how long? Get spirits over here. They're alive. They come visit. They let us know. They're not happy. They're like rest. Anybody who's gonna play around with this thing gonna have to find out what kahuna is. Kahuna, kapu. You're gonna have to deal with the spirit world, not with us. This is a spirit world they're gonna deal with. We live with the spirit world over here. These people are here still. They're sad. They're sad that the burial sites is being disrupted for money. We don't need any more money over here. None of them coming to us anyway. This is my hair's camp. Young girl that you just saw out there. Mm-hmm. She work, her husband work. They only here probably 3-4 hours out of the day. Clean all of this by hand. Make a small place, take care. She get lo'is behind there growing. She farming.
Can we see the lo'i?
We gotta go back to the other side, but I show you the lo'is down here. This now you entering into Kamuali'i, Royal Patent. No amount Espirito hold the allotted title to this piece of property right here, and is currently in court.
Can you tell us who Kapule and Kamuali'i are?
I gonna leave that statement to be answered by somebody who is more
strong on that.
But
we know Deborah
lineage.
Kapule was one of the Ali'i, one of the sovereign leaders. And King Kamuali'i was the last king here.
This lady is gonna be doing the news thing. Uncle Jimbo, maybe you can answer her question. She's asking Deborah Kapule news. Deborah Kapule and Kamuali'i was who? I told her I'm gonna leave that question for somebody who's well aware. What was the question you asked?
I just was for people who don't understand. I was trying to give a little bit of history of this, and you're a caretaker of the he'au. Are you comfortable answering on the phone? I mean, on the no.
Fine.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind turning your engine off? So it's,
just so because she gonna.
Yeah, because. So, can you say the history of Wailua?
The history of Wailua.
This area right here.
This area came from Mohikea, the first king of Wailua. And then it slowly goes down all the way down to the Hawaiian chain. So in reality, if you check everybody's genealogy, it comes right back to Kauai. So everybody is related.
And we have 7 heiau right along this strip here.
Yeah. 7 heiaus that belongs to this area in Wailua. The 7th one is on top Mount Waleale. And the 6th one is on top the Hindu temple that they built their temple on our rocks. So.
And when this place that has had the Cocoa Palms Hotel on it for a number of years, it's been not used since 2001. But this area here was a place where the Ali'i, can you tell us what they utilized this site for?
Well, over here was a fish pond for Ali's. This is where they live. And this is something like the palace. This is where originally they lived. And all the Ali'i that was born here and the children and the people that served them, they was all buried all in this area. Especially the one where I got arrested with Ka'iolani. Those barrels was found with dog teeth, so we know it's a sacred one. It's kapu. So along this whole area is all sacred.
And they were going to, and they did in fact, remove those burial sites and put in a septic system for a public restroom.
Yes, that is right.
So it's literally go in the bathroom in a grave.
Yes. Yeah.
The sad thing about it is Uncle is here to testify and also witness that the making of this hotel caused them to just make mounds of graves back here that we're finding. They just take the bones, dump them in one pile like it's rubbish, cover it up and hope nobody find them someday. Uncle has been told us of many graves back here that we need to take care of.
And Uncle Val Lako, he was the pipe man for here. He came in and he dug the foundation for the second version of the hotel. And they found 85 kane all in the same position with the bottom tooth knocked out, almost 8 feet tall, facing east, an incredible archaeological site, and it was at the lowest level and a different jaw structure, and yet that was kept quiet.
And you wonder why, yeah?
Well,
why is these things kept quiet? Because the government continued to make money off ceded land and crown lands and Hawaiian people. And they worry about the homelessness. Give us back our land. And then we can show you guys what we do with our culture. This is on sacred culture. We loving people. We don't look for trouble. This is trouble finding us. Bernard Carvalho and the mayor of this place, Kauai, need to step up today. And he needs to come over here and be educated. Everybody on this island need to be educated. This is a movement and it will continue. And if we need to be incarcerated, then that is what we're gonna do until the end, because that's what our people means to us.
Well said. It takes you to the top of the hour. And I know how they feel. I got arrested for Waipake. I'll do what I need to do in Waipake. Yep, they arrested me. Trying to get to my own land. How's that one? Developer put up a fence, blocked me on my own land. Climbed a fence, he charged me with trespassing. I was going to say, no. How the WTF can I be arrested for trying to get to my own land? But they did. That's how crazy. They don't give a damn about Hawaiians here. They really don't. You either assimilate with the system and become one of them and forget all your past, forget about your people, forget about your nation, forget about everything. Just be American. Or you stand up for what is right. And yeah, we're going to take heat for it, but like I said in the past, I don't care. As long as you're in the right, stand up. And that takes us to the top of the hour. Okay, wait. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this one.
The views and opinions expressed during this program are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of KKCR, its management, staff, board, members, volunteers, or underwriters.
And mahalo for supporting Kauai Community Radio. The only reason why I was laughing is because to each his own. But I don't celebrate Commitment Day, and because to me, I think it's all a facade. How can we celebrate Commitment Day when you arresting Hawaiians off Hawaiian lands? It just doesn't make sense. Kind of hypocritical too. Okay, I don't celebrate plantation days. That was one of the worst things that ever happened to these islands. They were one of the worst of stealing Hawaiian lands by adverse possession. So it's just it's sadly funny and hypocritical to have all these celebrations, celebrating things that were, while Hawaiians are being sued for their lands, while the Hawaiians are being taken off the lands, being, escorted off by SWAT teams, going into court. For me as a Hawaiian, there ain't nothing to celebrate yet. We get our country back, I'm going to celebrate. I'll celebrate every day. But until then, I think it's just hypocritical. I brought the story up before. It was Chief Joseph in Oregon. It was a white guy that, hello, wait a minute. We're having this, celebrating Chief Joseph's people, but his people ain't here. We kicked them off, made them go, and they rectified it by buying land and giving it back to the Indians. But for someone to stand up and go, how can we celebrate these Indian peoples of this area of Oregon when we chased them off and took their land? Same thing here. Oh, you guys want to celebrate the king. You want to celebrate all the past. But God forbid Hawaiians get their past back in their nation. Oh, forget that. boy, we can't have Hawaiians clearing land on Hawaii. Boy, let's just arrest them. Let's put SWAT teams and then throw them in jail. And then if we don't jail, at least put them in court. And we all know how much fun court is. And it's so, wow, it's so affordable. We all know that. I'm being facetious, of course, okay? We all know going to court not only breaks your piggyback, it breaks everyone's piggyback around you. So justice at a cost. And as we know, you don't have the money, you don't get justice. Just like the healthcare, throw that in. Don't have money, you don't get healthcare, you die. Existing condition, right now we're safe. If they get what they want, you die. Because you won't be able to afford your insurance. And that's why the Western system is based on money. On Hawaiian system, it's down to the basics of life. So that's why you don't care if you're going to give away your banana, because you know you're going to get a banana from somewhere else. You don't mind giving the food that you have. Come. We can always make more. We can always get more. Money is a whole different thing. What you got to do for money is whole different. For food, you take care of the land. Simple. And now I can't even do that in Waipake. And that's what you have to understand. The reason why I live with it every day, and I loved to work in the lo'i. And that's what they destroyed when they built the subdivision. They took away what I loved, and that was working in the lo'i. Having luau to eat. Replanting like magic. Have the thing grow again. Eat the taro. It was too much for pound. It was too much work. So we would just cut them up, and this taro you could eat raw. So we would always, my family would eat it like hash brown. All gone. And as the lady said, I'm going to continue to play this Wailua Nui Aho Anu, which is Cocoa Palms area. It was done with Felicia Cowden just a few days ago. And she's talking about Kim Susan. She was just talking to Alalem, who's been protecting areas down there. I'm protecting Waipake. Wainiha protecting Wainiha. Other Hawaiians protecting their side. Waimea, the river being protected on that side by the families on that side. Some of the work in Waimea River being done by the families themselves because the government is so tied up in red tape, they can't make any decisions. So the family and the kids are out there cleaning up the silt that's building up in Waimea River. How I know? Because I was at the OHA meeting, and the people were there. We're talking about it. How they ran into the political system. The kids were learning, oh, well, we can't do over there because that's state land. Oh, over there you cross over, that's county land. Well, over there... So everyone's passing the buck. Finally, the people in Waimea, basically, as I understood it, just said, screw it. We're just going to go out and start picking up the stuff. And it was funny to see the mayor there. It was like, Mary, couldn't get anything else happening out there in Waimea. So the families took it upon themselves. They're tired of waiting, tired of the runaround, and they just went and did it to clean up what seems to be runoff silt coming down. They were tired of the government not doing anything, so they did it themselves. In my particular area in Waipake, me and my dad, we cleaned it up, but it was poho to clean up when the way they routed the water, how they changed it by wiping out the forest and putting in culverts and everything. It was poho to clean, because every time it rains, it just all the crap from Waipake subdivision comes right back down. And now it comes like a bat out of hell because now it's like a fire hose. The forest is gone. The gully is gone. They cemented it over. Now it's just everything gets funneled through a 4-foot pipe and it comes out like a bat out of hell. Fire hose. So after the 5th time, me and my dad said, screw it. What the hell are we cleaning this for? It just keeps on getting damaged. Hey, guys from Big Island are going to help me with my lo'i. So that's why I live every day. So yeah, I'm pissed. And I understand totally. This system don't give a rat's butt about Hawaiians. They don't. Even when we own the land, we can't get help. That's how much they give a damn about Hawaiians. So the only thing that's going to save Hawaiians is our own country with our own leaders protecting us and our land. That's the only way it's going to happen. The foreigners don't give a rat's ass. The people in charge, okay? The official policy. There are many Hawaiians many Americans who do support us. Okay? When I'm talking about they don't give a damn, it's the society and the institutions that are set up. Just like the one that we just talked about, the lawsuit that brought out by Zuckerberg, who pulled out, but supposedly the other Hawaiian, Carlos Andretti, still suing his family. Whatever. But what did that bring out? Nothing. Everybody else was, oh my Lord, oh my God, they're suing Hawaii. They've been doing it for over 100 years. Hawaiians knew that. It was like, oh, we're just going through this again. But it was a shock to the world. Oh my Lord. How do you think they got it in the first place? And like Kim Souza was saying, it hasn't stopped. They want all of our land. Every single inch and piece of dust. They want it, and they want Hawaiians out. And us Hawaiians, no, ain't gonna happen. We ain't leaving. So no matter where you win and you finally put us in jail or we don't care. We're still gonna be in your face because we ain't going anywhere. So right now, back to Wailua Nui Ahu'anu. For those who don't know, that's the Cocoa Palms area. Again, this is what Felicia Cowden did, the interview with Kim Susan and other people who were around there. Let's continue with that interview.
I was the last with the Kapuli. Uncle Taki Kapuli and his wife used to work in Cocoa Palms. My father and Uncle Taki Kapuli, which the original line, was best friends until he died. And they used to go hunting all the time.
I just gonna continue her on.
Do you want to say anything?
Lord, yes. Joseph Kekaulike Kamai. I've been fighting this fight from when I was 18. We finally have come to a place where we're on our kupuna's land, Tutukamoali'i. And the thing is, it hurts me to see that they're violating our rights to our land and the rights of our people. And they've been doing this for years. I've seen it from 1972 when they shot my cousin's boat out of the water, when they were trying to stop the bombing of Koho'olawe. What we're doing here is we're standing because this land is ours. It belongs to our Hawaiian kingdom. As you guys noticed when I was on Facebook last night, I asked for help from every one of us because at 11, they're supposedly coming. But we have so much things here, so much valuables, and this land means so much to us that we've been fighting hard to try to clean it, make it nice and make it right. It took a lot of time, but we're still not done. But people, we need your support. We need your help because the things that they're doing right now are really to suppress our people. They don't realize how much it hurts, especially like for some of us that we have our lineage going to the royal family. You know, it really does hurt because it shows that they have no respect for our people. They have no respect for us. You know, they can go off and it's just like they're whoring out our land. They're raping us. They're taking everything from us and they're not giving us anything in return. They don't pay us for what they're doing. They put leases on our land, yet we still see no money or no funds from it. And yet they still want us to pay their taxes, which is illegal. We don't have to pay the taxes. Even land tax we don't have to pay. There's a law that states that we could either give it to the kingdom government or we donate it to the schools, which we decided ourselves that we would rather donate it to our kupuna or our mo'opunas, excuse me, because they need help. They need to learn their traditions. They need to know their culture. See? And this is what we volunteered to do. We want to help our children because they're our future. They need to know the truth. And what we're asking all of you is to stand for us and help us so we can help them learn the truth about what's happening today. You know, it's not right, but we still have to stand strong on everything that we do. Because if we don't, we lose. You know?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is the boy that we with Normal Esperito. He is an heir. And we are heirs too. This is Royal Patent 6020 and Land Commission Award 3561. This is self-explanatory.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can look at your own statutes, Hawaii revised statute, you violate your own statute? Like, I mean, man, this is, I just don't understand. Right here, this is like what we running from. This is what we running off of. And we still gonna get risk of being tore down today. Get inside.
Are they gonna come in with bulldozers?
They're coming in. They said they're taking everything. So I don't know what they're gonna take or what they're gonna do.
Well, the one about Philly.
So here's the.
So this is part of the parking lot, right?
This is actually one of the tennis courts.
Oh, the tennis court.
Or handball
racquetball court. Hang on.
Okay. So, and we would get more of this. We'd get paving when
this,
they're in here.
This wasn't like this. See, this cage, we had to dig this down like this. This had stumps this big in them. This thing was filled up with dirt this big. We moved all the dirt outside.
There's trees.
You see all this? We have to re-put this here because it was all sunken down. The river was coming in. So we dug all this. I dug all this, pushed it back there, made this opening, and then brought the rest of the lumber, the dirt back here to plant the lo'i. So, see, it all was stomped out like this. We had to take and cut everything.
There was nothing that they were doing.
So if you just follow me back here, then you can see back here is where we're gardening now. Because it's a flood area in front there. So this is what we're starting now. We get all the Hawaiian medicine over here. We get Olena. Olena is helpful. All kinds of stuff. Girl, get in. All kinds of stuff. Olena is dormant right now. But I have beans going over here. This is a pallet with Olena. They're dormant, so they're not right now. But that's a good medicine. I get bush beans going over here. I get string beans on this side. We get our lo'i coming up. Our composting toilet, generators, all this cut by hand. We don't need machine over here. Too much bones. All this is what it looks like.
This is
but
exactly
slowly but surely, we're bringing it down.
Even over here.
And we're
this is the piles that they left behind.
We're growing.
This is all their rubbish that they left. The big mounds of rubbish, that poison trees, everything. They've left all of this, and they just walked away. They piled everything up, and what we're doing is clearing it because we need the room to start planting.
Now I wanna take you to the grave sites. Okay. There's graves here. You see how they left all these things undone like this? We're starting to open it up, but if you go closely, yeah, I will show you on this side. This is what they did when they made the cement. They took the bones and they dumped it in this area right here. Girl, come. It's grave sites all over this property. That's why it's a sacred place. And here is where they dumped a pile of bones when making all of these tennis courts. And this is a grave. This is a grave right here. It's starting to get all overgrown now because we had so much trouble dealing with these people. But if you guys look real closely here, this is a grave. This is...
They take all the people out of the bones, out of the graves.
This is one beautiful grave right here. You see? This is what they do for make this. They dig the bones, they scrape them in one pile, and they leave them. No more. No more. We're gonna do what we gotta do. We cannot go to people's place and dig up their grave. So what makes this okay? What are we doing wrong right here? What's wrong about this? Somebody gotta help us understand what's wrong with taking care of the people that was here before us. Nothing. Look at this. Look at this. The babies under here. Babies. Bones of little kids under here. They was with their parents before. They took them away from in front there someplace. Now they're all this there. Cannot. This is my camp right here. This is what we look at daily. The reminder of us. Reminder of what the Hawaiian people gotta fight for now. Because everybody was afraid all this time. The truth could set us free. We never give up our right as Hawaiians. They took them away. They took it away. When they overthrew our queen, they took away our rights. Well, we're here to take it back. We're gonna take it back. Whatever we gotta do, we're gonna do. Because the truth can set us free. We live here. We're restoring this place. This is a historical burial site. We get ducks that is in this water that is still migrating, and they are rare. They only come out to see us. Nobody had seen these ducks yet. We get 27 of the nenes nesting over here. They fly over us every afternoon. We get 7 more of these mounds of burial bones along the sites here. So there's Noah's camp down there. And there is where we have our ahu. And I'm not gonna bring you guys down that side until Noah comes back, because that is a real sacred area. And we try not to disrupt that area too much. But the lo'is are being planted in front there, but the main grave sites for the ali'i is along that side. So when he comes, I guess you guys can get more in keen too down that place. But whatever KPD gonna do today, ma'am, is really illegal and is against the law. And I hope someday, with the right support and the right timing, everything gonna turn out to be all right. The Hawaiian people need to get on their land so we can farm, we can sustain ourselves, we can do what we were cultured to do. That's all we like do. This river need to be opened up. This is fish ponds. We get fish in here, we get food. This is our ice box. Because we have no machines coming in here, and that is our ability. With the kupuna, we made one pact with them. We're gonna take care of this land, but we're not gonna dig no more. We're not gonna dig. Any farming we do is above ground. We don't want to dig them up no more. We're here to preserve.
And I noticed that you are all on the very perimeter of where the old building is, right?
Correct.
And is that because it's all asphalt and whatnot inside, or is there a reason that you're on the edge here?
The reason why we're here is because we don't want to dig the ground. We don't want nothing to go in the ground. So because we have the tent set up, the pigs need to penetrate, yeah? We don't want it to go inside. So we set up on the cement. We find the cement area, the asphalt, where we know no more bones underneath, because they'd pile them up on the side over here already. So we put the tents on top here so that there's no chance of us as Kanaka desecrating our own bones. This is what we get to deal with. Okay. You know, I don't understand. How come we gotta pay now for our kids learn Hawaiian when the English language came second for our people? But they took that away. Stolen identity. We cannot dance hula in schools. We cannot do certain things that is cultural based. That's crazy. You cannot steal the Hawaiian people's identity anymore, because we get these young people coming up and claiming their identity. Hey, Manu. Good boy, Manu. So this is the front section. This is all the lo'i patches is behind there. That's where 2 of the main grave sites are.
And I see like those cars that are damaged, they must have been here for a long time.
Those
you guys
cars
didn't
were
bring
here.
them.
No.
You guys cleaned them up, yeah?
Those cars were here when we came. We're trying to get them out of here, but it costs us big bucks to have a tow truck to come and take them. So we just started to clean here, and we just putting in the lo'i now.
And you cleaned this whole road up?
By hand.
By hand, because I remember you couldn't get through here anymore. This is something that they're considering for relieving traffic congestion.
No.
I mean, it does come
Yeah.
up in planning,
Yeah.
so I'm just telling you that.
But we cleaned this by hand. We just, again, now starting to clean the river to open it up for the fish. And there's our lo'i coming up now. All by hand. You get these rich people, tell them, Tracy, they probably would pay somebody, yeah, for cut.
With a backhoe.
With a backhoe.
Or excavator.
Yeah. This is piles of rubbish that us do with hand, K-knife.
Do you know if there was traditional lo'i right here?
There was. This whole place was lo'i.
I know that the old cocoa palm had like a lagoon in the middle of it.
That's where they take away all the lo'i, take away everything for make the lagoon. But they divert that lagoon. That was a fish pond.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was a fish pond.
So we opened this up here all the way to the gate. We just did put out our flags over here so they know that this is we standing, but they still bother. Right now it's too, we stop here already because it's too much problems going on. But you couldn't even drive back here before. The boys came and we cut everything down, you know.
Right.
And
you know, it's Standing Rock.
This is the gate that Noah took down that belonged to the state of Hawaii right here on the ground. And then he put up his gate and our flag. And we did put up our Kamuali'i sign. But the last time KPP came here, this is the main running river. It goes up to over there by those houses. But see, they build the houses over that, so they cut them off, yeah? They divert a lot of the water already. They're diverting them for make these houses over here. Diverting them downside for make the houses down there. They keep, the diversion of the water too is bad. Look how stagnant. You gotta let them flow. How are we gonna get food? It's very, very serious violations. And how do we fight this thing? If we get a people that's supposed to serve and protect us trying to take us, how do we don't know what to do now at this point already.
Well,
except stand our ground.
At the Wainiha one, I saw, you know, the police, a lot of them were cousins of the people. And I could tell they didn't enjoy the job.
And do you know that most of these people are uneducated on the fact that there is laws and there is documents still out there that prove we're telling the truth.
I've seen them.
Seen them, right?
I have, because I've been going to those classes by the University of Hawaii, and they do an outreach program called Halavai Kuakoa, and the professors come and they teach.
Right.
And like Ron Williams Jr. is a key one, and people like Professor Williamson Chang, he's an attorney who's gotten a lot of, he got the public access to the beach, and the water is a public trust. And they come, and these are highly educated people who have, you know, their career is to be figuring this stuff out. And that's who I have learned it from and who has shown it to me. So it's not like, and I've seen the documents, and that's part of what they're training people. And so there's an awakening underway.
There is, and the thing is, the Hawaiian people have been silent long enough. We've been taken for granted long enough. We get a place here. on our aina. We have every kanaka maoli get one place. Nobody displaced. But the government made them so that all Hawaiians displaced with suffering. It's well, like I said, today is gonna be the start, the beginning of the end, because we're standing up for the Hawaiian people, and hopefully everybody gonna see that this is not one game. This is not our way of trying to stay on land for free. This is not none of those things. This is about the fact that there was the Great Mahele, and that is not one lie. And the lands are given out in royal patent, and that is not one lie. So to be charged for a criminal offense for being someplace that the government or the police or whoever is saying we no more permission to stay is, I can't understand it, because as far as I know, I'm on royal patent 6020. Kamuali'i royal patent, and I have permission from the owner, the land title owner, to be here. So I don't know how we're gonna get arrested today for trespassing, but we'll see what happens.
And the Hyatt is who wants the land.
Wow. So anyway, I'm taking you out. We're gonna go out and around. We pass Cocoa Palms, then we can get to the other side.
And that is the interview that Felicia Cowden did in Wailua Nui, Anu, with Kim Souza, and that was a couple days ago. Before I go with some thoughts, and we have about like 7 more minutes on that video, let's do the Ocean Safety Report.
This is Pat Durkin for the Kauai Lifeguard Association with an important beach and ocean safety message for visitors to the island. Kauai's beaches are not only some of the most beautiful in the world, but also subject to dangerous ocean conditions such as rip currents, shore break, and large surf. In 2016, 15 people drowned here because they failed to recognize one of these hidden hazards. 3 out of 4 were visitors. The best way to enjoy our beaches and stay safe is to swim at one of our 10 lifeguard-staffed locations. On the North Shore, they are Ke'e Beach, Ha'ena Beach Park, Pine Trees, and Hanalei Pavilion. On the east side, they are Anahola Beach Park, Kealia Beach, and Lydgate Park. On the South Shore, Poipu Beach is the only lifeguard-supervised beach. On the west side, you will find lifeguards at Salt Pond in Hanapepe and Keikaha Beach Park. Please take the time to pick up our free Kauai Beach Guide with a map of these important lifeguard locations. They are staffed 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You'll find prevailing beach and ocean conditions updated daily at KauaiExplorer.com, or when you get to the beach by checking with one of our county lifeguards. On behalf of KKCR Radio and the Kauai Lifeguard Association, aloha and stay safe.
And actually, it's Hanalei side, North Shore, that's like pumping 5 to 10, and then about like 3 to 5 for the rest of the shore till you get to the south side, and it's about like 1 to 3, 1 to 4 on the south side. So just be careful about going out in the waves, especially on the North Shore if it's pumping like that. Okay, we're going to finish up with the Wailua Nui Aho Anu walk with Kim Souza being interviewed by Felicia Cowden. We got about like 7 more minutes on this. And mahalo for listening to KKCR, Naleo, Hawaiian Issues.
Other side. Okay. But all of this too, we're cutting down just to keep it open so that people doesn't think that it's like weird people back here or whatever. We just keep everything open up.
Right, because that's the risk, because they say, oh, you guys are doing drugs.
Hiding.
Or...
No drugs back here.
I know,
no alcohol on the property. If you want to drink, you have to come out to the beach or you have to go outside to the park. We don't allow no drugs or alcohol on the property. You smoke cigarettes, we get cigarette cans all over the place. If you smoke cigarette, you need to put your cigarette butts in a can. That's how much we respect this place. This is a sacred place. No drugs, no alcohol. We had people come in, try help us over here, and get removed on the same day because no one finds out that they're on drugs or some kind of substance. We cannot be on substances. This is not a place for that. This is a place for healing, for love, for planting, for shelter. Not for illegal stuff. And the cops are gonna come today and do illegal stuff. They in severe violation. So this is where we picketed that day when I saw the Howley guy holding that thing that looked like one EV, one little baby skull. They was putting this dust screen in right here, this new dust screen. And when the auger came up, I saw the boom on the auger.
Really?
Yeah. And then he would go shut down everything. And this is how Fukuna's barracks. We get all these things going on, yeah, and they still come in like nothing right here. Look, look, just like nobody's business. They continue on desecrating everything like nothing. They were served the cease and desist. They just don't acknowledge Hawaiian people. It's all about money. Look at this traffic in Wailu already. They're gonna build this $1 billion hotel for add to this traffic. I think so. Stop digging up the bones already. They want us to stay calm, but you know when you have an emotional attachment to it, it's hard to stay calm. It's hard. It's hard to watch every day while they go and dig and dig and dig for money. You get people selling drugs, dealing drugs, taking up the beach accesses, doing all these things. And then they're bothering people that... Well, I guess we have the media here already too. He's standing outside the gate.
And this is Hale right here. This is the birthing Hale.
See, here, let me show you. Why would the state of Hawaii be so stupid? Who is this?
Kamehameha.
There he is.
Right, and this is King Kamoli'i's area.
So, what are they in denial for? This is the rulers of the island. You guys put state signs on the outside boundary. But these signs, these stones, this is our sacred surveying of our land. They move rocks. The state of Hawaii, where they can move these rocks. Leave these things alone. What? This is a sign right here to tell the truth. This is the truth. Wailua Ahuan. This is the guy that is responsible for all of this. Do you know that Mayor Bernard Carvalho came to this heiau a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
And he stood right there holding the staff in his hand. Come help your people. Help us, Mayor. You stood here with us. Come help us today. You know we're not doing nothing wrong. We get papers that is legit. It's very sad. It's very sad. Very sad. Aloha. Oh my babies are coming. Good job. Right on. Thank you. Thank you.
Wait, I was going back because there's things that was put on here that was not audible. The police, this is on the end of the little interview, the police did not end up coming out to enforce the eviction notice as was expected on 5/12/17, perhaps as a result of the conversation that morning between the leaders of the movement, the mayor, county attorney, and police department. Court date on trespassing 5/17/17 was deferred judgment until the land title is determined in civil court. Well, if it is state land, then it's kingdom land.
Thank you.
akua I ka haua.
Peaceful is Makua in the evening. Above us all the hoku shining bright. Once we're here we never feel like leaving, to return to Honolulu city light. So we stay here in Makua, where life is simple and free, where the mountains, the valley and the ocean make us realize where we wanna be. White sands and blue waters say good morning as we watch the night swim so playfully. They've come with the whales to greet us at the dawning of another sunny day for you and me. We lay our net at the setting of the sun, to find it full of ia when the morning comes, with the ua koko over us in Makua. For this whole island, na mahalo e ke akua. Makua, our aina, a land that belongs to you and me. It's the puhonua for the kua'aina, a place where we Hawaiians can still be free. So we stay, always stay in Makua, where life is simple and free. The mountains, the valley and the ocean make us realize where we wanna be. On another sunny day for you and me, be free in Makua.
My Nemo E, Lili Uokalani. Back in 1893, who can these people be? In the middle of the sea, sing a song of sovereignty. Aohimalahili. She ruled her people with grace and dignity, showing all the world the importance of unity. Oni pa'a, a motto until we die. Any enemy of Hawaii is an enemy of mine. Just like Navai, Kalana Napua or Hawai'i, say ku, eh, ku, eh. Progress as well, but in doing so, we cannot, under any circumstance, forget our culture, our language, and our history. O Hawaii no ko kako kuleata. Aloha.
Aloha Winala. This is Naukana. In the Mix is coming right up, and In the Mix is made possible by our listeners like you in partnership with Rico Business Solutions, Second Skin, and Greenery Cafe. And oh yes, what's up, Mr. Green?